What up? It is Bones, and in this one, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at my next McFarlane DC Multiverse figure that I'm adding to my collection. That is going to be the Flash Rebirth single release. Of course, this is to match up with the Flash from the 2 pack of Red Death and Flash. I want to get this guy open so I can move on to some other figures that I really am anticipating cracking open. So you open up the package. He looks pretty good in a kind of weird. They got him in a weird position in the package, but you do receive your standard McFarlane black stand. Pretty cool. You also receive the data file card, which pretty much comes with each McFarlane figure. Got some information in the back. This is Barry Allen Flash. Awesome. He does come with some accessories, which are lightning effects, or like pulse effects, or speed power effects. You have very little ones, very tiny ones. That I didn't notice this before, but he has holes like behind his arms and on his boots where these go in. And then you have a little bit slightly bigger, I'd say medium sized ones. It took me a while to figure out what this one is, but I finally saw a picture that gave me a clue, and this is like for the bottom of his feet, and you could put this in his feet, and then it actually has another peg. I guess either that's for the stand, or you could turn it upside down, and you might add one of these other effects to it. And then he comes with the one that goes in his back, which actually has 2 prongs, and they are articulated, which is pretty sweet from McFarlane. Translucent yellow plastic. These effects could go on either Flash, and looks pretty cool, like if he's going in motion. It's great. Now this is going to be a pretty quick review because I've already looked at the other Flash, and the only differences are the head sculpt and the hands, which I went through in my 2-pack review. First thing off is when you get this guy out of the package, his hip is again malformed because of the way they have him positioned in the package. Also, one of his lightning bolts from his head was also twisted again. But of course, like I said before, if you get a hot bowl of water and dip them in, it pretty much goes back to form. You could play with it a little bit, but it basically goes back to form on its own. You don't have to mess with it that much. But once again, taking a look at the figure, this is pretty much basically like the best Flash figure that we've received with articulation. There are other ones that have less articulation, and there are other ones that are smaller with less articulation. But this is the ultimate articulated Flash, and he is 7 inches. I did compare him to all the other Flashes that I have, which I didn't know was as many, but there is I actually had more than I thought I had. But Flash figures always look pretty good, and they're always a requisite of any line that comes out from DC. You have to have a Flash in there. Pretty good sculpt. Really happy with him. I'm really happy that I'm going to be able to get him up on my shelf next to his counterpart figure. Like I said, the face sculpt is really good. He just has kind of like a smirk, which is, part of his character. Like I said, he has the holes on his boots and on his forearms where you could put the effects on, and on his back. But basically, he's the same figure that I reviewed before with the 2-pack one. Just that, like I said, this one has a fist and then an open running hand. I am going to be displaying these two figures next to each other up on the shelf. I will be looking forward to one more Flash mint in box so that I could put it on my McFarlane wall that I'm building that has all my unopened figures on it. So, like I said, this is a quick review, just talking a little bit about it. I really love the sculpt on both heads, the sculpt on the suit, the boots, the shoes are awesome. This is pretty much basically like the ultimate Flash figure. The thunderbolts on the head are a little bit longer than I would like, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's a beautiful Flash figure. Like I said, I do have many of them. I didn't know how many I had until I started bringing them out. But you have all the figures I've collected over the years. From DC Universe Classics, from DC Multiverse. I even have a DC Direct one up there, which is the Flashpoint Flash, which is another beautifully sculpted figure. The only thing is that it's really limited on articulation. That he's pretty much like a statue with just like 4 points of articulation. So that's why I say this is the ultimate Flash figure, because you could get him in so many poses. You could you could use the ankle joints to get some ankle rock in there, and put them in different speed stances. So like I said, this is the ultimate Flash figure. I'm gonna be happy to finally get them up on the shelf and crack open some more McFarlane Multiverse figures. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Stay safe out there. See you on the next one.